And we are live, baby. What's up, fellas? I'm back. It is 6 in the morning. I have not slept as usual, but I was feeling inspired to make some music. So today, stream is going to be on me working on finishing either one of my tracks or several, but I think probably just one because it's going to take me a while. And yeah, I, it's probably going to take me a little bit. Let me make sure stream's good. Stream's good in OBS over here. It's good over here too. Awesome. So yes, I have this track here that I started. When did I start this track? Let me check. You can go into the settings here in FL Studio, and if you go into info, here you can title it, put your name, put the genre, put any comments or anything. And then down here, it'll tell you when you started it and how much time you've spent on it. So this project started on June, bro, June 9th, 2021. And I spent 7 hours and 35 minutes on it so far. That sounds kind of crazy. If it doesn't feel like I would have had spent that much time on it, but I guess I did. This is the title of it, but I'm going to change it. I'm pretty sure. I don't know why I titled it Oro. It means gold in Spanish. But yeah, this is a track. I'm going to play it through so you guys could hear what it sounds like. And then I'm going to just start working on it. Start working on finishing it. It's currently 4 minutes and 30 seconds long. It can definitely be longer. I mean, it looks like I kind of just cut it off here, but we'll see. We'll see where it's at because it was also a long time ago that I did this. So I got to figure out like what things are automated and what I used, stuff like that. But I think this is more on the dark melodic techno type of side. I think. Hello, 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 hello. Test, 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 test. Bro, what is going on? Test, test. Oh, I know what's going on. I have to put it here. Yeah, it's because I have an automation for the master volume. So if I put the little marker over here, it you can't hear my voice or anything. I forgot about that. Hey, what up, soccer man? Yeah, so I'm gonna play it through so you guys can listen to what it sounds like so far, and then I'm gonna get to working on it little by little until it's done. So everything is working. Awesome. Yeah, it was just like it's because I had moved this little marker to the front, and since I have a master volume envelope, it had all the volumes down, including my microphone. So that's why I was like, why isn't it working? But I figured it out. So yeah, let me just play this through. Crazy, bro. I forgot about this track. I hadn't listened to it. I hadn't opened this since I made it pretty much. I think I actually streamed this song on one of my videos on YouTube. I don't know which one because I have a couple, but I'm pretty sure I streamed when I made this track from scratch. I'm pretty sure. Um it's crazy. Thank you. Brazil. Brasil. Obrigado. Obrigado. I would love to learn how to speak Portuguese. It's very similar to Spanish. I can understand some of it because it's very similar to Spanish, but it's also very different as well. Okay, so yeah, it does definitely sound really good where it's at. But listening to it now, since I made this last year, there's a lot that I've learned. So there's a lot that I want to fix and a lot that I want to implement as far as like mixing and arrangement and randomness and uh the separation, the stereo separation, the panning, because everything sounds kind of messy. So as always, the way that I usually start when I'm like trying to finish a track like this is I go piece by piece. So I'll highlight the intro, just this little bit right here. And then I'll like start working on this section. I'm gonna take off the master volume here. That way it doesn't cut off my microphone. And then I'm gonna reset the value. Because if you don't reset it, it's still applying the automation, which is weird. I don't know why. Maybe they fixed it in this version of FL Studio, but I'm not sure. I'd rather not find out. I'll just keep deleting the initial value. So what I'm gonna do, because this track, it seems like I already did a lot of mixing to it. I have these buses, and it looks like the bass bus has some pretty heavy stuff going on already. I did some stereo, some mid-side EQ to it. I put max bass on it to make it a little fatter. And then I did some multi-band compression. But let's see. I'm gonna play it. That already sounds really nice, just like that. And it doesn't have anything on the mellow bus. Drum bus has an EQ, which is doing some automation like that. Got this pad. Then I have some ambient sound, which is probably this one. Then I have these shakers. It's really nice, just like that, honestly. I feel like I should extend this intro a little longer because it kind of drops right here, I think. And I kind of want it to play a little longer. Oh, that sounds pretty good. drops right here. Oh, it's so good. I kind of need to fix that. I think it's this one, yeah. Maybe have it bounce around because it's very like in this side of the panning on the right side. So maybe kind of have it like. Are really nice. Like without any of this processing, sounds kind of weak, you know. And then it just like pushes it. The pad I'm pretty sure is Citrus. I'm pretty sure. Octaver, this one. Yeah, it's Citrus. I'm guessing it's called Octaver pad. Probably, let's see. Pad. Where is it? It might be in one of these actually. Pads. It's not there. It's not there. Oh, here it is. Octaver pad. Under the X Nucleon presets. It should come with Citrus. I didn't download any of these. Pad. Octaver pad. It's the one I'm using. It's really nice. They need to fix the preset browser? What do you mean? I think you can edit it. I think you have the option to edit it. Right here. Hybridize, tree display, randomize. If you put tree display, it'll put it like this. And you just, you know, go to pads, choose them. Then you have like these separate ones. I forgot which one I was on. Probably none of them actually. Yeah. I don't mind having it like this. I guess I'm already used to it like that. Same thing with this though, like on my presets, like here, I changed it so that it looks like that. Because I feel like it's a lot better to find the presets like this. Like I'm a lot more used to it. But I need to edit it again and like organize everything. Because I have a lot of plugins, but I don't use them all. So I need to organize myself to the ones that I use the most. Oh yeah, that would definitely be very convenient. The kick is too loud. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Like I said, I did this last year, and I think it was just like a quick master, just so that it sounds loud. But it definitely needs some work, so that's what I'm doing in this video. I'm just listening to it. I haven't done anything yet. I'm just kind of listening to where I'm at so far with everything. Look, this is just the drums on their own. I think this is turned off. Yeah, the volume's all the way down. Sorry guys for coughing. Okay, so let's see. I think it's also because I have a limiter on it and a soft clipper. She's kind of clipping right there. Yeah, this doesn't have anything on the master. It's pretty much just the gain. I boosted up the gain, and instead of doing compression, it's adding saturation. So the ceiling, instead of being here and doing compression, I just put it up and I turn on the saturation. which creates a new ceiling, and it saturates anything going above it instead of compressing it. So it gives it like a little bit more of a crunchy, saturated feeling instead of a compressed feeling. A lot of these don't have any EQ because I like the way they sound just naturally. But I do like to remove some of this stuff down here. Usually I just do that right here. Look, I already did it right there. But just to be safe, you know. It's a little too loud. This can be like panned very far since this one's in the center, so that you can hear it. And that still needs to do some compression in the drums. But yeah, I could probably do that right now. I like adding a compressor like let's see, SSL, no, CLA, no, API, this one. Stereo compressor. I'm using mono and volume balance. What do you mean? I have the kick in mono. Is that what you mean? Anyways, I really like this compressor for the drum bus. What I like to do is I compress it really hard, like this. And then I put the attack all the way up. That way the kick comes through. And I'll like mess with the release. It gives it like a nice bounce, you know. And then I turn it down, like I turn it back. And then I just add a little bit, just like that, you know, just so where the needle is kind of bouncing with the rhythm. You don't want it like doing a lot. I mean, it depends to your ears, right? But I like just adding a little subtle amount. Without it, it just kind of glues them together and makes them a little more warm in terms of like the colorization of the drums. And then it also pushes the kick like a little bit more and the clap. It's hard to really hear, but I hear it. I hear the difference. Yeah, let me keep separating all these instruments so I can hear what's going on. That was this. I think this needs some. Some EQ here. You have great ears. Thank you. I actually have tinnitus in one of my ears. I just woke up one day and I had ringing in my ear and I felt super dizzy and I was throwing up and like everything was off balance. And the doctor said it's Meniere's disease. But that's the only time it's happened. It only happened for like 2 days and then I stopped getting dizzy and I stopped like feeling that way, but I still have the ringing in my ear. So I can't hear like super high frequencies in my right ear. So like some of the hats, like if I pan them all the way to the right, I can only hear like the lower part of the hat. It's messed up, dude. Like it just happened randomly. It's not because I listen to music loud. It's not because, stuff like that. It just randomly, I just woke up with it one day. And I've had it for like a couple years now, which sucks. It really sucks. But I don't know. I'm hoping one day I can fix it or that it like, gets better. But even though like I'm still grateful that I'm able to hear at least, cuz I don't know what I would do if I couldn't hear out of one ear. I would still make music, but it probably wouldn't sound all that great. It sucks though cuz it's like I have problem with my ear and then I have crappy eyesight. So it's like, damn, bro, I'm like young and I'm having all these problems. But it is what it is, That's life. You got to deal with the cards you're dealt with and just do what you can with what you got. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. It's too loud. What did I do? Oh, it's because I turned all of them down. I think what I'm going to do here, this has some mid-side EQing. I'm going to throw in a mid-side thing here. That way I can pay attention to whether I am going out of phase, because you don't want that. So I'm going to put this in detached mode and just keep an eye on the correlation meter. I'm going to do I might add some wave shaper to this. I wish I could resize this and I wish I could only see this. Like that would be so helpful. That's the reason I got this, because it's like the span has this right at the bottom. It's right here. But then you have all this. So I got this one that's much smaller and I can put it like in different places, but I wish I could just have this tiny little box. That would be very helpful. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add a wave shaper. Just add a little bit of distortion or saturation. That way it just comes up a little bit. Shelf EQ on some cuts. What do you mean? That's not a shelf cut, is it? A shelf cut is like just a... Oops, come on. A shelf EQ is the other one. This one, right? Where it just brings it down. I use it like this to cut off any of the sub information. Even though you can't really see that it's coming through, it does come through sometimes. So I just do it as a preventative measure. And then here you can tell that this frequency is really sharp, right here. So I dip it down a little bit. And then I did some mid-side EQing with Patcher, just to kind of like mix in the mid frequencies and then the stereo information. And then I added a limiter, and the limiter did some compression to the signal. You can tell right here, it's doing a little bit of compression because it spikes up. And I wanted it to kind of tame those spikes. And since I used the limiter, I put the gain up a little bit. Like I did some, compression lowers the volume. So the compression lowered the volume, so I raised it back up a little bit. And in doing that, it creates a different EQ thing. So like right here, this is the original sound just being EQ'd, and then I put Patcher, and then I put limiter, and like some of those frequencies kind of change or go up because of the gain. So then I added another EQ, and then it's like taming down some of those frequencies right here. These two right here specifically, especially this one, because since I have two basses going, I'm trying to get like the bass section here of the EQ of this to kind of be a little bit lower, because I don't want it to interfere with the basses. I want everything to kind of have its own space. And then I'd put a wave shaper to kind of add a little bit of saturation without it and with it. And it just adds a little bit more flavor. What genre am I going for? I'm not sure. I think this is like a melodic techno track style type of thing. Maybe like a dark, deep, melodic techno type of thing. I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't go for genres. I really don't. Like, I would say it falls under melodic techno, but like, just because of some of the elements in the track. But at the end of the day, like, I'm just making a song that I like, I'm not trying to go for a specific genre. And then right here, I have this sound. Let me turn off the pad. Let me turn off this freaking effect. Oh, it was that one. That's fine. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what genre it is. I would say it's melodic techno. Like, that's just because melodic techno is very broad and there's a lot of different types, I guess. This one's very minimal too, though. It just sounds very. There's not a lot of elements. There's like a pad and ARP, kick, hats, clap, and a little bit of vocal effects, and that's it. Okay, so this ARP is I linked it to this delay, and then I moved the delay to the left side, and I moved the main ARP a little bit to the right. That way, like, you're hearing it on this side, but it's kind of like the delay is kind of bouncing off to this side. Like without it, and then with it. It just makes it sound wide, It gives the illusion of like width. Because you're hearing like a little bit of a difference in both ears. These are the basses. That's all I have going as far as that. But the thing, what I'm thinking of is maybe making this mono. these new things that I've been learning on, like stereo separation and creating things separately, like working on the side information separately and then working on the mono information separately, and it just creates a better balance, you know. But I don't want to do that in this track just because I've already done so much to it and it sounds good. And I don't want to, like, you know what, I might as well I'm gonna save a new version, that way I have the old version already just there in case I don't like the way I do this. But I think I will, so it's fine. So I'm gonna keep it like that. And then on this, I can even do some automation if I wanted to, or some randomization to the delay here. Could have sworn there was a that's weird. Yeah, and then what I can do to this too is I can add like crazy effects with Effector. Yeah, you can do a lot to that. I'm gonna leave it alone. And turn on the bass bus. Well, let me turn on the bass bus. Oh, that's nasty, baby. Turn on the pad. Turn this down a little bit. I could turn it down here. So it goes from here to... And then right here in between this, there can be something in there. So I can add like a little transition type of effect. I think I'm gonna just use like let's see what I got in here. Some type of vocal effect.
6 9 la pinche.
That's so funny. That was something I was trying to make. That was in my voice, but that was something funny I was trying to make. I thought I had something. Oh, Oh, that's nice. That was something I was that's something I was just recording one day in Edison. I'm gonna use it. So let me just get like a little piece, maybe. Maybe just use this. And move it. And maybe change the stretch it out a little bit. Oh, that's nice. And then put it into its own pattern here. Do some EQing and take out that low end because it is very, very subby. Just cut that off. Kind of want some of this right here. Not too much. And then I kind of want to have it delay a little bit. So I'm going to add a delay here. Turn it down a little bit. Add the delay. I'm going to add a ping pong delay. Move the groove a little bit. Add some feedback. Change the time. Change the style. That's nice. That's very nice. Maybe add a little bit of saturation over here. Turn down the mix a little bit. Put it in conjunction with everything else. Maybe cut off some of that right here. Try stretching it a little more. Oh, that's nice. Yes, perfect. Maybe do a little bit of OTT on there. Bring out some of the higher end stuff. There it is. Turn this down a little bit more. And maybe put this in mono. Change, maybe add a little bit of a reverb on this. Just doing a little bit of phasing. So I'm gonna get a mid-side EQ. into patcher. Go in here, go into mid side. Go into the side. Take down some of these. And then kind of make up for it in the mono section. So from that to this, I just cleaned it up a little bit more. So it'll be playing like this. Okay, so I still need to fix it a little bit. Maybe let me try a different section of that same audio. Also, let me extend this a little tiny bit. Oh, that one's nice too. Some effects to that. Let me just loop it. doing a little bit of compression. Maybe if I move this over. Oh, that was kind of nice. I like that. Check it out. The pad without these two things sounds terrible. But then with them on, the first EQ is doing a lot of filtering right here. It's taking out some of that low end and then some of the high end too. Just kind of focusing on the middle. And then in Patcher, it's doing mid-side EQ. So the mono section is just doing a little bit of cutting off here. And then here it's cutting some of the mids off a little bit so that it doesn't have any phasing issues. Because that's where the phasing was occurring. Then I kind of boosted it just a little bit in that section that I dipped out in the stereo to kind of even it out. And that's it. Out. And then it has some shaper box, which is doing 80% sidechain. So ducking. But what I want to do is I want to separate these two things, because I feel like the pad and the ARP are kind of mixing together. So I want to kind of see how I can give them their own space. Turn that off. Maybe if I add a reverb to kind of make it a little more ambient. I recently got this reverb. I haven't tried it yet. It's free. It's called Lattice Reverb. It's more technical, but you can I just do a bunch of random stuff. Modulation. Yeah, it's a super cool plugin. Yeah, it's an interesting reverb. It could be used for like some really crazy stuff in the future. If I put this in mono, I want to push it like further back, if that makes any sense. I also have this other one. MBO. Kind of puts it in like a 3D space. Hola, Juan. I think here what I'm gonna have to do is probably bring this down. Look at the stereo. It looks crazy. It's beautiful. Gracias, gracias. Good luck without Patcher. It's doing a lot of phase cancellation. And a lot of the times when things are canceling, most times it's because there's a lot of stereo information in the low end. So what I do is I'll pull up this mid-side EQ. It already has a preset in Patcher. I made this one, but it already has it right here. Mid-side EQ. And basically you go into the mids. Well, the important one is the side. You go into the side and then you cut off, like, for sure cut off everything below here, like everything below like 200 or something. And the stereo in the side information. That way, you know, like check your correlation meter and make sure that if it's still on this side, it means it's out of phase. So just adjust it. Maybe it's like some specific frequencies that are creating the phase cancellation. So just kind of test them, you know, and see which ones, and then cut them off, and then make up for it. If the sound sounds too weak after you do that, go into the mono and then just boost it up wherever you put it down, you know, until you have like a good balance. And as long as you're like back in phase. Because like as you can hear, if you have headphones on, or if you're listening on monitors, you can hear how it like phases, and then how it like stops phasing once I add Patcher. So I'm gonna take it off, and then I'm gonna add it so you guys can kind of listen to it. And you can see it down here. It's like it starts off good, and then it goes out of phase, and then it comes back. So if the song is in mono, look, I'm gonna turn it to mono. You can hear that like phasing. So now if I turn on Patcher, you could still hear phasing, but it's the sound is more like defined. So it's not cutting off certain frequencies in mono. It sounds the way it should. So that's very important. It's very, very important. Because then if you're playing your song in clubs and you know, the system is in mono, it's not gonna sound the same. It's not gonna hit as hard, or on phones or whatever, you know. So that's a very important part of having your music translate well into other systems, is making sure that you're doing your mid-side EQing on everything. On usually I do buses, but if one specific sound needs it, then I put it on that sound. But yeah, it's very important. Now I'm gonna do some cutoff automation for this. I think I'm gonna take out a little bit more of those low end. Right there. Also what's good to do is if you have two sounds that sound like they're fighting for space, something that's good to do is go into each separate instrument, go into the EQ, detach it, and put it up here somewhere, and then go into the other one and do the same thing. Let me kind of move it. That way you have both of them side by side, and you're able to see like where their frequencies are at, and then you can make space for each sound. Because if you have two, say like this sound is peaking like right here, right? There's like a peak that like goes right here, and then this sound, there's also a peak in the same exact spot, and they're playing at the same time. That peak in the master is gonna be like even bigger because they're both like playing at the same time, simultaneously. So it adds, those frequencies add together, and it makes like a sharper peak. So you got to make sure that each sound kind of has its space. So if like they both have a high peak right here, you have to decide which one you want to dominate more. Either that, or you have to have them play at different times. That way they're not playing at the same time. So just make sure that like if there's a lot of peaks in a certain area for both of them and they're both playing at the same time, just kind of decide which one you want to be more important, and then duck down some of those frequencies in like one of the instruments. So I'm gonna do that right now with this because it sounds like they're both clashing, even with the delay one right here too. But I'm just gonna do it for this one right now. As you can see right here in this section, that's where there's a lot of these. And then right here too, they're like right here. So I think I'm gonna duck down a little bit of this. Because like, if I put it up, they all mix together and that sounds very messy. But that's because they're both fighting for space. And if I duck it down, it like makes one shine. It makes one like a lot more. It feels like there's more space than like this. So yeah, you definitely need to make some space. My brain is crashing. Tienes que hacer espacio para cada frecuencia. Si los dos instrumentos se están peleando por el espacio, pues no va a sonar bien. Entonces necesitas bajarle a uno o cambiar el tiempo de los dos instrumentos para que no toquen al mismo tiempo. Pero como estos están al mismo tiempo ahorita, si le subo aquí a esta parte, porque los dos tienen frecuencias en esta sección. Mira, aquí se ve cómo van y aquí también. Y si le subo, puedes escuchar cómo se están peleando y no dejan, como no hay espacio para los dos. Pero si le bajo, ya puedes escuchar cómo entra un poquito mejor. Entonces tienes que decidir cuál es más importante. Y si quieres que los dos, si no le quieres bajar a uno, pues entonces necesitas cambiar cuando tocan a la misma vez o si no tocan a la misma vez. Creo que también puedes, ¿cómo se dice en español? Automate, automatizar. You can automate this, so like for example, if if you have the pad, like here I have the pad playing over here before the ARP comes in, and if I want it to sound like this, then I can automate that to where it sounds like that, and as soon as the other sound comes in, it can just duck down. So I might just do that just so that there's kind of a balance. Automatizar, sí. Sí, por eso no hago tutoriales en español, porque hay ciertas palabras técnicas como de producir música que no sé, se me traba la lengua, ¿no? Porque no puedo encontrar las palabras en español para decir lo que quiero decir. Inglés, no problem. Yeah, I need to practice my Spanish. I need to get better at speaking Spanish. It's my first language. I should know it. I mean, I do know it. I know it pretty well, but since I'm so used to speaking English, it's a little bit difficult to like translate certain like thoughts. Gracias, gracias. Yeah, I had been wanting to make a video like this for a while. And I decided today, I was really thinking about it and I was like, dude, I have to finish my music. Like, I keep starting new tracks and starting new tracks. And then it's cool too, because you guys get to see me like start a bunch of tracks and get pretty far along the process. But then I never finish them, and I always say in each video, like, I'm going to finish it and then I'm going to post the link so you guys can listen to it. And I never do, bro. And it's very frustrating because I want to put so much of my music out and I just haven't finished it. And I have a lot, and a lot of it is decent, a lot of it sounds good, but I just need to finish it. So what I decided is that I'm not going to start any new music, even if I feel super inspired to make something new, even whatever. Like, I'm not going to make anything new, and I'm only going to work on a bunch of my tracks. So I think the next couple of live streams that I'll be doing are going to be like that. Like, it's going to be me working on songs to like finish them. It's just that like this process is very long, or it's very intricate and detailed. So it's very time consuming. That's why I never stream it. But here we are, I know you guys need this information as well. So that's why I'm doing it. And it also kind of forces me to do it. Because if I do it without streaming, I'm going to get bored and I'm going to be like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm going to stop. And I'm never going to finish a track, But if I go live, I kind of have to, I have to work on it because I'm live. So that's just how I'm going to force myself to finish my music, honestly. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here, I think this is where it comes in. Oh, it comes in all the way over here. I think I'm gonna Where's Angela? Right here. I'm gonna just cut off. I'm just gonna use the beginning of this. What the heck? Why is it green? I've never seen it green. That's weird. What was that about? Maybe like this. Yeah, something like that. Just to create a difference, you know, so that it can have like a change. Instead of like me having to make a whole new pattern, I can just use the same pattern and just edit it a little bit, you know. Some of that effect sounds are a little bit too loud. Okay. See, these two sounds are kind of fighting a little bit for space. That's what makes it sound loud, is they're stacking on top of each other. Yeah, that's good. Nope, not yet, not yet. Okay, and here, I don't want it to be that loud just yet, so maybe I would delete. No, not yet. And the drop, that's when it will change. And then right here, I can even add a little bit of a difference in these. Kind of make them play like this. You know, just create like something. And then here, maybe I can, that's the volume. I'm gonna add insert one. I don't think I have an automation for the cutoff. Let me check the automations. How do I extend this? Damn, how do I extend this? Whatever. Shaker, EQ for the mix, vinyl, atmosphere, Vox, EQ, mix. Love filter. Does it have a love filter? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Angela channel. Okay, it doesn't. So I'm gonna add an automation for the cutoff for Angela, which is the ARP. Right here. just realized it doesn't even have, it's not linked. That's as high as it goes, really? Oh, okay, I see why. Okay, I'm gonna make it a little bit more aggressive. Okay, so for the intro, go in here, create automation. I'm gonna have this kind of start low. Then right here, maybe do like a little peak or something. Zoom in. Just like something real quick. There's just a bunch of weirdness here. add some crazy effect too. And I'm running out of space. I should have put a. I should have done it all in Patcher. That's another thing I've been doing a lot recently too, is using Patcher more instead of putting all things here. I just use Patcher, and I want to create some effects, like some plugins myself using Patcher. Um, eventually. First, I need to work on finishing my tracks. That's the first main thing that I'm like trying to do. So I could put a vector on that little section, just on this little section right here. Maybe change the way this plays out here. Okay, I'm gonna create an automation. Something like that. Create automation. Also under here, put it on its own. I'm gonna create another one. It's gonna turn it off. This one needs to be all the way over here though. Turn it off. I'm gonna turn it on a little bit more subtly. Now I can just move the Y. Maybe put some OTT. No. Yes. Let me see. Ooh. Okay, let me see what it sounds like. I'm gonna change that second part right there. Let's see. Actually, it should go down there because that's where the other sounds kick in. down a little bit. And then here, I kind of want to turn on the, I think it was this, the mix EQ level. So maybe if I turn it on here. Maybe a little less abrupt, kind of just bring it up like this. I'm gonna do the same thing for the drum, for the bass here, so that it comes in a little bit more subtly. I'm gonna add a filter. I'm going to filter, Fruity Love filter, and I'm gonna add like a high pass filter. So I'm gonna go into filter 1 here, bring down the low, pick up the high. Yeah, just pick it up slightly like that. So I'm gonna create an automation. I just gotta make sure it's not affecting the overall sound of the bass. Actually, I think I'm just gonna pick this up. That way it happens prior to that. I'm just gonna observe it here on the EQ, make sure that nothing weird's happening. So I'm gonna turn it off first. Let me detach this so it doesn't move. Okay, everything looks good. Shall I turn it on? It does kind of affect it a little bit, honestly. Yeah, it does. So that means I'm just gonna turn it on in that specific section. Kind of like I did with the thing that I just added right now. Okay, so go ahead and I'm gonna create 2 automation clips on the drums. So I'm gonna insert another one. And I'm gonna automate the cutoff. And I'm gonna automate the mix knob here to turn it off. See this that's why it's better to do this in Patcher, because in Patcher I can pretty much link both of these to one knob and then just automate that one knob, and it'll do both of these things at once, you know? It's so much better. But it's more time consuming as far as like the stream and stuff, so I'm just going to do it like this. So this one, it's important that if you have a sound that starts over here, like for example the bass, like I only want to automate this part, But if I only leave these automations here, I think whatever is at the end of this is going to affect this side. I believe. I'm not sure if FL Studio has changed it, but that used to be the thing. Like, oh, I'm going to make sure I'm streaming though, because the internet has been crazy. I don't want it to. Okay, yeah, it's streaming. Yeah, you got to make sure that the automation starts over here, you know. You got to make sure that the automation starts at the beginning of the sound. So it doesn't have to start all the way over here, just as long as it starts like wherever the sound first starts. So since I'm going to be turning off that filter here in the mix right here, not in this, but in the actual bass, I don't need to extend this one because I'm only going to be using it in that section. So I'm going to just put the mix one all the way over here to where it starts. And I'm going to turn it off. That way it's not doing anything. And then I'm going to turn it off over here once over on this side. Turn it on here. And just bring it in slowly. And then turn it on over here. And then what this is going to do is going to automate the high pass or low pass. High pass. So I stop it. Bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up. That sounded kind of weird. I'm gonna add some resonance to that filter. It's in the bass bus. A little bit more. To that. Like I can add some distortion as it kind of rises. Oh, that sounds crazy, bro. That's giving me ideas for later. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add an delay. Oh, that sounded so good. I'm gonna add delay. I'm gonna automate the mix knob so that it also only turns on in that section. And then I'm gonna move the low cut. That way it doesn't affect the very low end. It's only gonna affect the higher parts of the bass sound. So that way when the filter kicks in and those higher frequencies are accentuated, that's when you'll hear the effect of the delay. So let me put it on so you guys can see. And I'm gonna put it in transmitter because this one's a little bit more on the higher end. You can do the same thing with delay 3. If you put in delay 3 and then just turn up the saturation, it'll make it a little bit more in the higher frequency range. Ooh, bro, that got me excited. Hey, what up, Lucas? Actually. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Delete. And I'm gonna create a delay bus instead. And just link it to there. That way I have more control here with the EQ. I can even Bro, what are you guys saying, bro? Some of y'all commenting some weird stuff. Like earlier Harrell Dickerson vom.red. And then over here Vun.rent. Bro, some robots, man, some bots. Lucas Steenbergen. I had a question. I always struggle with choosing the right kick sample for a punchy kick to put rumble on and make it a rolling bit on the low end. I know how to put the effects on, but tried around 20 different samples and still not the sound that I want. Do I have any tips? You can always get like a kick synthesizer, like Kick 2, the plugin Kick 2, where you can pretty much make your own kicks. Like you mold your own kicks, you can choose, you can tune them to your liking, you can make the tail as long as you want, you can make the as boomy as you want or as punchy as you want. So I would say that's probably the best option if you want like a specific sound, then I would just say just make it yourself in like one of those plugins. Or just use a kick that kind of sounds like what you want and then just mess with it with Maximus and compression and just shaping the sound the way that you want. Um, is it the rumble that you're having a problem with though? Is it like the low end rumble? Because if it is, it's probably the way that you're EQing it. Because in order to do the rumble, you have to put the delay, but you have to do it separately. Like you don't put the delay right on the kick. For me, I put the kick and then I route that into the delay bus, and then the delay bus creates the rumble. You know? I mean, I'm sure you know how to do it. It sounds like you know how to do it. Yeah, if you want, yeah, that's the thing. Like if you're putting the delay on the actual kick itself, it's gonna affect the punchiness of the kick no matter what. because you're doing it on the actual sound. So the thing is, you want the dry signal in one insert, and then on the second insert is where you want the rumble. So you got to link it, like have this one playing and then create a delay bus and then just route it to there separately. Have the dry signal going to the master and then have that signal going into the delay bus. And then the delay bus, you can create the rumble. That way you have the punchiness of the kick and then you have the rumble, you know? Because, yeah, you can't do it together. That's why I create a lot of delay buses and reverb buses, because I don't like putting the delay on the dry signal. Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. I mean, because that's just the way to do that rumble with the kicks. But yeah, just I guess just make your own kick, you know? Thank you. I need to make an updated one. I mean, that's kind of why I started making that's why I wanted to do these streams of me finishing my tracks. Um because I know I always like that mastering video was a long time ago, and I just feel like there's a lot of different things that I could do now to the master that would be different. Still applies, all that stuff still applies, but just a little bit differently the way that I do things now. But that's awesome. I'm glad that you were able to learn from that video. I'm gonna make more. I need to make more short version videos of like just little things like this, like creating rumbles, or creating like drum bus stuff, or stuffs on delay, or stuff on sidechaining, or stuff on randomization, or automation and stuff. Just little clips. Maybe even like the YouTube shorts, that's like a really popular thing now. Maybe doing real quick little YouTube shorts, just showing like super quick stuff. Yeah, Kick 2 is really awesome. There's another one, but I can't remember the name of it. I think I might have it. Let me check. I think it's this one, Punchbox is another one. Kick 2, Punchbox. I think it's Punchbox. That you can also synthesize like kicks and claps and just make your own. Pretty much you can start making like sound packs with it and stuff. But yeah. No problem, Lucas. Let me get back into this track. So good, bro. That is so good. Okay, tools, last tweaked. Actually, no, I don't need to do that. I can just do the mix. So go in here, bass, create automation clip, put that one at the very beginning. Let me insert another insert here. Bring this down. Start it at the beginning of the sound. Turn it down. Drag it. And then I can even bring this in at certain, just different parts. Kind of bring it in slowly like that. Like that. Actually, that's too much because it's not meant to be all the way up. It's like 80%. I really like the way that sounds, so I might even just throw it in here randomly. Maybe like in between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So maybe like in between these three. It's an odd number though. It should be. It should be like 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it cuts off halfway. It's a little odd, but it's okay. It'll be interesting to the ears. Yeah, I think maybe around here I can introduce a little bit of that delay. Something like this. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there it is. It's a little too low. In here I can squeeze in like probably some of this delay, honestly. So I build this all the way up like this. Oh, I gotta turn on the kick. I'm gonna work on a different melody for that second part, but I need to check what key it's in. Probably C minor, but still. Okay, I know what key it's in. Yeah, I know what key it's in. Okay, so go into Angela. Go here, boom, make unique. Delete these. Highlight this so I can just listen to this part. I'm gonna mute the white noise. kind of like that little effect it had right there. Like, wow. I really like that effect. Oh, that sounds nice, baby. Just put it like this. Oh yeah. Go from here, turn on this. Ooh, it's nice. I just gotta turn down a little bit of that. Oh, I don't even have space. Oh, I do. I don't need this. Gotta turn down a little bit of those high peaks right here. Turn this up a little bit more. Make this unique. Then I can even maybe add another sound right there. Wow, that's so good. this little piece. Just make it repeat at the end here. Maybe I can make this one. I might even switch the instrument for that one, actually. Just call this Angela 3, but replace it with the one that I was using right now, Truly Analog. Just cut this, paste it, turn down the filter. Huh, that's interesting. A little bit funny here. And then I can do some. Here, there was an effect that I used. I can do this one, but maybe like just a little cut right here. It needs to be a little bit bigger. Or maybe shorter, but it needs like a maybe something like this, but cut. Actually, I'm just gonna put this entire thing here. Okay. And then we're just gonna loop this section. I'm just gonna rename this Truly. And then I'm gonna link that into its own. Look, it's getting cold over here. Oh no, I didn't mean to. Oh, I hate when that happens. I didn't mean to link this there. No, just loop this. Okay, step one, lower it. Step two. You see how there's some low end bouncing around there? You don't want that. So sexy right there. Oh man, that needs a lot of work right there, that section. And this little transition into that section too. But it's getting there, baby. I think. Yeah, it's okay. Strange. And then right there, I can add the little thing that I had over here. This thing. Maybe not that. Who knows? We'll see. I'm gonna change up here this thing. Okay. Let me listen to it from the beginning. So far, I've only worked on like the first section right here. This still needs a lot of work over here on this side. But it's okay. You just gotta go little by little. Hey, what up, Arson? Yeah, just gotta go little by little. I'm gonna listen to it just this one time, and then I'm gonna end this stream. But I will continue this. That is a promise. If not tomorrow, then the next day. But I will continue this. I will finish this track. I'm determined. And then once it's done, then I'll do another one that's almost done, and I'll finish it and just keep doing that. But yeah, let me play it through. Okay, so those two, this needs a lot of work. The drop right here, it's too abrupt, so I need to make it smoother. I like it. It's just I need to make it smoother, a smoother transition. So I'll probably add that little, just like little tastes of that melody right before the drop to kind of build up to it. So like right here. Probably starting like over here in the middle. Do I have? No, I don't. So yeah, I'll just put this like down here. Probably do like this and just slowly kind of build it right there. And then just, I don't understand why it sounds so, I don't understand why it sounds so bright. If I have a filter on it, what is turned on? The frequency, that's for the bottom. This is turned off. What is this? FX. That shouldn't matter if this is turned off. Let me see. Because of this. Is it the distortion? Yeah, it's the distortion. That's weird though. It's the filter is under it, but it's still. What if I do triple? That's strange. That's all right. It still sounds like it's under a filter. What's happening? Something's happening. What's this? Parametric EQ. Oh, I think that's what. Is that the master? No. Is this linked to the melody? Yes. I think it is because it's unique. It shouldn't do that. Oh, it's all right. Did I clone it? Yeah, just start it off like this. Maybe I can even... This is the volume right here. I'm just going to automate the volume as well. Copy the main value so that I don't mess it up. Paste it. And then here, lower it. Over here, put it where it was. And then just slightly increase it here along with the cutoff. And cut it off here. Put this maybe over here. Still a little bit lower. Pick this up. I'm gonna extend it. I don't want it crashing with this other sound. Okay, so I'm gonna have it come in just a little bit delayed to that. So that they don't crash. I'm gonna take off probably the very last one. Yeah, there it is. Pick it up here. And I'll probably do something like this. Oops. Just on this one. Maybe like that, actually. Zoom in a little more. Okay, so I know what I'm gonna do because I can hear it happening. Is where there's still a lot of things fighting for space in the stereo field. So what I need to do is kind of, that's still and later in the process. I still gotta work on the arrangement stuff first. There still needs more work to be done. A lot of work still. But at some point I need to fix the stereo field by like for example here where the bass delay kicks in, this delay, I need to kind of make space for that to like move around in the stereo field. So this delay, I need to pan this one right here. I need to pan that way, like those delays kind of bounce around from right to left. Because they do already, since it's in ping pong delay. But even then, like it sounds a little bit odd. because that main Angela melody is taking up a lot of space in the stereo field because of this one. So if I make it yeah, so I need to do some mid-side EQing. It already has it here, but I need to do a little bit more. So I might move this mid-side down to the bottom and then do some mid-side EQing on it. And then do some on the delay as well. That way it's not too crazy. And then it'll leave space for the bass delay to like move around. Yeah, stuff like that is when you gotta like towards the end of the process or during the process of making a track. Those are kind of the things you gotta think about because it's easy to make the song, you know? Like when you get the idea out. That's why I always tell you guys like you need to separate your production process into different sessions. So usually when you guys see me stream online, um, and I'm like making tracks from scratch, I don't worry about any of the like. Sure, I do a little bit of EQing on stuff, and I put delays and stuff like that. But as far as like actual mixing, I don't do any actual mixing when I'm like doing those tracks from scratch because it's just about getting the idea out. So I'm just trying to like make something that sounds good and at least arrange it a little bit. That way I have something to like already start working on. And then once it's already laid out, then you can start going in with the details. And then as you keep building those details, you start listening for things like that, where like making sure everything has space in the EQ frequency spectrum, and then also in the left and right, mid and side spectrum as well. So everything kind of has to fit, you know, nicely. And then once that's done, then that's when I get into like multiband compression for like on the buses for like drums and for the melodies and for the effects. That way it kind of glues all those things together in their own like section. So like the drum has its own compressor that'll glue everything together. And then the melodies will have everything a compressor that'll glue everything together. Then the bass has its own compressor that glues everything together. And then on the master, that's when I add another compressor that glues everything together, but it does it very slightly since everything's already kind of glued. I only put a compressor like very lightly on the master so that it like puts all those things together. And then maybe I'll do like a little bit of multiband compression if it needs it. And then I'll add like a tape saturation and a limiter to put up the gain, maybe a little bit of EQing if it needs it, some stereo width, and yeah, just stuff like that, you know? That's usually what happens in the master. But I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna go through the process. It's just that it's already gonna be 9 in the morning. I started streaming at 6, I believe, and I am tired. I have not slept. But I hope that this video provided some help for you guys. It's a 3-hour long video, but I know if you guys are like myself, I enjoy watching long videos of people making music like in FL Studio, like when I watch other guys do it, because it's inspiring and you get to see a person's process and it makes you want to make music. So, anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna do a part 2 to this, so stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. And keep making music, keep making techno, keep making all kinds of stuff. And just express yourself and love yourself, bro, and others. Cause it's tough out here, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's got their own thing, everybody's struggling. We're all just fucking trying our best, you know? So thank you. And